There is a massive ship docked silently at the shores of Long Beach, California. But don't be fooled by its elegant vintage charm. Beneath that silver gray hull lie secrets that have never truly slept. Footsteps echoing in the dead of night, whispers behind you when no one is there, shadows slipping across mirrors, and souls that never found peace, still patrolling, still waiting, still silently lingering on B deck. This is not just a ship, it is a gateway between the world of the living and the forgotten. Welcome aboard Queen Mary, the ship of eternal spirits. The RMS Queen Mary is one of the most renowned and legendary ships in maritime history. Launched in 1934 and embarking on her maiden voyage in 1936, the ship quickly became a symbol of luxury, sophistication, and the pinnacle of shipbuilding technology of her era. Measuring 1,019 feet, over 310 meters in length, and weighing approximately 81,000 tons, the Queen Mary was not only larger, but also faster than the famed Titanic. Her interior was designed in the distinctive Art Deco style, creating a dazzling and opulent atmosphere that showcased a level of refinement far beyond that of other passenger liners of the time. From the very beginning, the Queen Mary attracted a host of famous individuals, from Hollywood celebrities to top-tier politicians. One of the most notable passengers was Winston Churchill, who used the ship multiple times for important transatlantic journeys. Thanks to its elegance and exceptional reliability, the Queen Mary earned the nickname the Queen of the Seas, a title that reflected her unmatched status and prestige in the world of luxury liners. However, a dramatic turning point in the ship's journey occurred during World War II, when she was requisitioned for military service. All of her lavish interiors were stripped away to make room for thousands of soldiers. In her new role as a troop transport vessel, the Queen Mary was painted entirely in gray to avoid enemy detection, which led to her new moniker, the Gray Ghost. The ship played a crucial role in transporting troops across the Atlantic, significantly contributing to the Allied victory. After the war, the Queen Mary returned to her role as a commercial passenger liner until 1967, when she was officially retired after more than 3 decades of service. But unlike many other decommissioned ships that were dismantled and forgotten, the Queen Mary began a new chapter, transformed into a floating hotel and a one-of-a-kind tourist attraction. She quickly became a major destination, drawing millions of visitors each year, not only because of her rich historical significance, but also due to a more mysterious and eerie allure. With decades of operation and numerous historical upheavals behind her, the Queen Mary has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted places in North America. According to documented reports, at least 59 deaths have occurred on board throughout her years of service. From machinery accidents and work-related fatalities to strange and unexplained deaths, all have added to the ship's chilling and enigmatic atmosphere. After being permanently docked in Long Beach, California, the Queen Mary entered an entirely new chapter, from a symbol of opulence to a floating hotel and unique tourist attraction. However, not everyone welcomed this transformation. From the earliest days of being open to the public, numerous paranormal phenomena began to surface, reported by both guests and crew members aboard the ship. Many people have claimed to see shadowy figures gliding through hallways, hear disembodied whispers with no clear source, or witness objects moving on their own, such as coins flying through the air without anyone touching them. Some crew members have shared experiences of feeling watched, encountering sudden cold spots, or being tapped on the shoulder when no one was there. These unsettling encounters were so intense that several staff members ultimately quit, unable to continue working in such a tense and eerie atmosphere. A popular theory suggests that the spirits aboard the ship are displeased that what was once their regal domain has now become a tourist attraction, disturbing their eternal rest. Among the most notoriously haunted areas on the ship, the first-class swimming pool stands out above the rest. Once one of the most luxurious features aboard the vessel, a grand two-story swimming pool designed in elegant Art Deco style and filled with heated seawater, it was exclusively available to first-class passengers before World War II. When the war broke out, the pool was repurposed into sleeping quarters for 110 soldiers, drastically changing its atmosphere and adding to its haunting mystique. Numerous supernatural incidents are said to occur frequently at the pool, which is believed to host a variety of spirits with strange and mysterious stories. Jackie is one of the most well-known ghosts in the area. She appears to be around 5 or 6 years old, though her true identity remains unknown. Jackie is often heard playing peekaboo with visitors or singing children's songs like London Bridge or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Many paranormal investigators have captured her voice and laughter on EVP, electronic voice phenomena devices, and some have even caught glimpses of her ghostly figure near the pool's edge. Notably, Jackie tends to appear more frequently from late November to early December each year. Another tale centers around a girl named Sarah, believed to be around 8 to 10 years old, often described as a guardian for Jackie. Sarah is commonly seen near the dressing rooms, an area known for its eerie coldness and unusual silence. Some believe she serves as a protector for Jackie against other spirits and may act as a bridge between the living and the spirit world. The ghost cat is a lesser-known phenomenon, more often felt than seen. Thought to be the spirit of a feline that once lived aboard with the crew, it is known to leave sensations of fur brushing against guests' legs or produce phantom meows, despite no actual animals being present. A woman in vintage swimwear is another frequently spotted entity. She was once mistaken for a living tourist until she vanished before the eyes of witnesses after someone called out to her. A young woman from the 1960s, usually seen in a short dress, has been spotted walking up the staircase leading to the pool. Her presence feels otherworldly, as if she exists in a parallel reality that briefly intersects with our own. A little boy dressed in a sailor suit, possibly connected to Jackie, has also been seen in the area. He often appears surrounded by a strange blue light, and his identity remains a mystery. An elderly woman walking hand in hand with a small boy, both of whom vanished through a wall near the pool, represents one of the more bizarre and widely witnessed ghostly sightings on the ship. Lastly, the man in the changing room is believed to be the spirit of a night watchman who died from a heart attack. Unlike the child spirits, his presence is said to be much more menacing. He is room-stifling, hostile energy that overwhelms anyone who dares to enter his space. Among the many haunted locations aboard the Queen Mary, none is as infamous or as chilling as room B340. This room is widely regarded as the most haunted on the entire ship and was closed off for many years due to an overwhelming number of disturbing reports from both guests and staff. Before being renamed B340, the room was originally a combination of two separate cabins, B226 and an adjoining section, both of which have been the site of strange and unexplained occurrences for decades. The stories began with what seemed like minor, almost dismissible details. Lights turning on and off by themselves, knocks at the door in the middle of the night, objects moving without cause, or bedding becoming disheveled despite no one touching it. At first, these incidents were brushed off as coincidence or psychological suggestion, but as the number of witnesses grew, many began to suspect that something truly abnormal was happening within those walls. One of the earliest and most chilling accounts came in 1966 when a woman named Mrs. W.T. Berry stayed in the room. That night, she was suddenly yanked from her blanket in a violent manner. When she turned on the light, She saw a man with a mustache standing silently at the foot of the bed, watching her with a cold, emotionless stare. She screamed for help and demanded to be moved to another room immediately. Her story quickly spread and became one of the most well-documented and disturbing paranormal experiences ever recorded on the ship. Adding to the room's dark reputation is a rumor about a mysterious death that occurred in 1948. The victim was a man named Walter J. Adamson, believed to have been either a fugitive or involved in criminal activity. It's said that he was murdered in his body bearing gruesome injuries. Yet strangely, no official investigation was ever made public, as if the incident had been deliberately covered up. Though no legal records remain, many believe that Adamson's spirit lingers in the room, angry, tormented, and unable to move on. After years of being sealed shut, the Queen Mary reopened room B340 in 2018 as part of its Haunted Experience package for those brave enough to confront the supernatural. For up to $1,000 per night, guests receive a Ouija board, a crystal ball, and various paranormal detection tools. The room is maintained in an eerie, antiquated state, dim lighting, flickering fixtures, and vintage decor that enhance the unsettling atmosphere. However, not everyone can last the night. Numerous guests have fled the room in the middle of their stay, terrified after hearing whispers, feeling something touch them in their sleep, or seeing shadowy figures lurking in the bathroom. Some reported a constant sensation of being watched, every second, every breath, so intense that sleep became impossible, and even closing their eyes felt like a risk. One of the most notable spots on B deck is the Carpathia Room, named after the RMS Carpathia, the legendary ship that rescued numerous survivors from the Titanic in 1912. The name is a powerful symbol of survival and hope. Yet ironically, aboard the Queen Mary, this room has become the center of some of the ship's most unexplained and haunting supernatural phenomena. In 2015, a tour guide reported seeing a woman in a blue dress standing silently in the Carpathia Room. She remained still for only a few seconds before vanishing without a trace, leaving the guide in shock. What made the encounter even more surreal and deeply unsettling was that the woman bore a striking resemblance to a deceased relative of the guide, making the experience both emotionally moving and terrifying. Not long after, a group of Boy Scouts visiting the Carpathia Room also reported strange occurrences. Several members of the group said they felt an invisible presence in the room. Some described a chilling sensation down their spines, while others claimed to hear soft footsteps and even the sound of breathing near their ears, despite no one standing close by. Since then, the Carpathia Room has become a highly sought-after destination for both paranormal investigators and enthusiasts, drawn to the mysterious and the unexplained. The Carpathia Room isn't the only haunted location on B deck. There have also been repeated sightings of a mysterious woman dressed in white with curly red hair. She is often seen passing through walls or gliding silently into locked rooms and quarantine areas, spaces that were once used to care for ill passengers or to isolate those suffering from contagious diseases during long ocean crossings. Some witnesses say that when they saw her, they were overcome by a deep sense of sadness, as if she were searching for something or someone lost. One prevailing theory is that she may be the spirit of a passenger who died in isolation from a deadly illness and was never able to return home to her loved ones. The third-class staircase, located between A deck and B deck near the bow of the ship, once served as the main passage for steerage-class passengers. However, due to its steep incline and exposure to the harsh conditions of the North Atlantic, it was also a dangerous area prone to accidents. One of the most well-known tragedies occurred in 1954 when George Sidney Wayman, 58, died on this very staircase. The official cause was listed as either a stroke or a fatal fall, but to this day his ghost, commonly referred to as the Man in Black, is said to still roam the area. Numerous visitors and crew members have reported hearing heavy footsteps echoing down the creaky wooden steps, only to turn around and find no one there. On some occasions, trays of food have been seen flying down the hallway, signs falling without explanation, and sudden bursts of cold air chilling the space, even on the hottest summer days. While the man in black is not considered aggressive or threatening, his presence is often described as oppressive and somber, enough to make many people refuse to take the stairs alone after dark. During wartime, the RMS Queen Mary transformed from a luxury ocean liner into a formidable troop ship, earning the nickname the Gray Ghost. With unmatched speed, the vessel carried over 800,000 soldiers across 72 voyages, even setting a record in 1943 by transporting 16,680 people in a single trip, more than any other ship in history. Many of those soldiers lived, fought, and some even died aboard the Queen Mary. On B deck, countless visitors and crew members have reported seeing uniformed men in green silently walking down the corridors, only to vanish into thin air moments later. These ghostly figures don't seem to interact with the living, nor do they appear hostile or seek communication. Paranormal researchers classify these sightings as residual hauntings, repetitive, non-conscious recordings of past events, like a ghostly echo caught in a loop. These soldiers appear to still be on patrol, still marching, as if unaware that the war ended decades ago. Today, when descending onto B deck, many describe the feeling as walking through living history. The long, dimly lit corridors, the heavy doors, and the eerie, unnatural silence all contribute to an atmosphere that few ever forget. Not everyone sees a ghost, but most agree that B deck carries a presence, an energy unlike any other place on the ship. It's as if time has stood still, and the emotions, spirits, and memories of the past are still clinging to the walls. From personal stories and historical records to unexplained experiences, B deck of the Queen Mary stands as proof that the line between the living world and the spiritual one may be far thinner than we believe. The Queen Mary is more than a majestic Art Deco marvel from the 1930s. It is a living monument of history, having served both elite passengers and wartime soldiers. With a century of voyages, triumphs, and tragedies etched into her decks, the Queen Mary is a time capsule, adrift between the past and the present. Today, alongside her vintage beauty and undeniable cultural value, the ship is also famed for her eerie tales and ghostly legends, from phantom voices to shadowy figures that vanish in the night. While skeptics suggest some of the paranormal accounts may be embellished or even staged to draw curious tourists, there is no denying the mystique that clings to every corridor and cabin. Whether fact or folklore, the Queen Mary remains one of the world's most captivating destinations, a place where the veil between history and the paranormal grows hauntingly thin.